Hey, Coach, thanks for the time. I appreciate it. Weird stat I came across recently. If the team this year has a possession rate of 53% or lower, you guys are undefeated at 7-0-7. But at 54% or higher, you guys have struggled a little bit. Any thoughts to that in any way that you got?
I think it's a really interesting stat because I think we do deal with statistics and data here, and we use them to inform us. But also, it is a lot on what we see as coaches, and when we analyze the performances, earlier on in the season we saw that we wanted to be better in the final third, which means attacking the game a lot quicker, which means maybe finishing off attacks a lot quicker. And I think what you find is in those games when we have a very high level of possession, maybe we're allowing teams to get back into shape, and we're allowing teams to be organized defensively. And I think one of those improvements we made is adding somebody like Munsef. We can be a lot more direct at times. We can attack the game a lot quicker because he makes runs. And, the goal against Montreal is a good example with Bert Risa just putting him in on goal. It's made us, we're flexible in the way that we attack. And I think for us, we've grown in that area. And, I said at the start, we want to improve. And I feel we've improved in that area of, we can hold possession. We can dominate teams with the ball, but we want to attack the game and we want to create goals. And if that means going straight to goal, we do it.
Onto the Zoom, John Lupo.
Nick, when you look at Miami, obviously we all talk about Messi and Busquets and Alba, but just watching them play, especially in the League's Cup, for me, a key player is Robert Taylor. He gives them so much width. He's strong with the ball. He finished when he had the chances. He crossed really well. I know they have a lot of other good players as well, but do you feel like Robert Taylor is someone that when you watch them on tape diversifies their offense, gives them a bit of width? He seems like such a key player for them.
Yeah, I think, we've seen how he's grown in the team, when we analyze them since the arrival of the new players. And they've added a lot of new players. They're a totally different team than they were when we played them earlier on in the season, from the coach to the players that they put on the field. Robert Taylor's benefited from the way that Miami have improved their team, and he is very dangerous, especially when he gives width in the game and he comes inside to create goals and look to pass the ball, and when he looks to shoot. But I think whoever they play, I said yesterday, whoever they play, they are putting quality on the field now. Whether it is Jordi Alba, Messi, Farias, they've added a lot of Gomez. They've added a lot of quality, and Taylor is definitely one of those guys.
Oliver?
I thank you. Inter Miami have scored the most goals in MLS, joint most in the last 5 games with 13, while NYCFC have let in the fewest with only 1. Is that the kind of matchup that we're going to look at? Is it going to be their offense against our defense?
We hope not, because we want to attack the game. We want to be the team that can create chances. I think you see across the Miami games, they score a lot of goals, but they allow a lot of goal chances, or they allow a lot of attacks. I watched the Houston game last night, and there was many moments where Houston can create goal chances, but there's all we respect that Miami are incredibly dangerous in counter-attack, incredibly dangerous in offensive moments. So, we're going to have to be as good as we can be defensively. We've been good over the last few weeks. We have to retain that. But, if we don't score goals, we're not going to win football games. And we're in the business now of needing to win to continue to climb the table or to solidify our position. So there is, of course, a defensive element against this team because of the amount of goals they've scored, but we for sure want to put an offensive element into the game as well.
Christian?
Hi, Coach. You've talked a lot about just focusing on your own results. Is it important to maintain that mentality with that part of the table being as tight as it is?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of talk about Miami, and we all understand why, because of the way that they've changed their team, the guys that they've brought in, they've changed the coach, the results they've had. But for us, we would be crazy to treat this differently than any other away game that we have. We've had some games where we've played well and not picked up results, and we've learned from that. We've had a positive result away at Montreal, and we've seen games like Columbus and those types of games where we should have won, Atlanta away where we should have won. So for us, it's about learning from those games, why we performed well in difficult places, why we got into a position where we should win the game. And, recently we've improved as a team at getting results, and we have to make sure now that we can continue to improve. We have 2 away games, one starting with Miami. And, for us to continue to be a better team than we've been, we have to get results now. And we'll treat this Miami game like a normal game. We'll respect the opponent. We'll make sure that we're really versed on their threats, and we'll make sure that we're prepared to go into the game to win a football game.
Gianluca, you have another one?
Yes, the development of Burke Risa since he's come into the team, gotten acclimated to the system, he's put in really, really solid performances in recent weeks. So just talk about how pleased you are with where he's at, the level he's playing at, and how he's been able to grow and implement himself into the team so seamlessly.
Yeah, I think we knew Burke's qualities before we brought him. He was on our radar for a fair amount of time. We wanted him earlier. We managed to get the deal done in the mid-season window. We knew the qualities that he had. He's really good with the ball. He has a really good passing range. And, for us, the work was he came from a team that played in a back 5. The questions were around playing in a back 4, his defending capabilities in a league that's far more physical than he came from. But we knew the work we had to do. Myself and the coaches have worked hard with Burke. His best attribute is that he wants to improve, that he wants to be a really important player for NYCFC. We knew that we had to replace that left-footed central defender because it gives our team balance. And the nature of the recruitment is that guys come in with huge potential. They're the guys that we want. Huge value in areas, but potential to improve. And I'm really enjoying working with Burke. We're really enjoying having him in the team. And we just want to continue to push him to get his performances out and improve him as a football player.